Next, we will hear from Phil Hemingway. Phil Hemingway is a fifth-generation Johnson County resident who has lived in the Hoover attendance zone since 2000. He runs a small business on the east side of Iowa City, has been active in board issues, and has regularly attended and spoken at board meetings for the past 4 years. He and his wife, Anita, have a daughter who completed elementary school at Hoover and graduated from City High.
Thank you. I'm Phil Hemingway. And if you don't know where I live, you haven't been to a board meeting or watched one on TV. I look out in the crowd, I see a lot of people I know, and some people have towed my vehicles, some people are customers, some people live on live under my house, under my roof. On the Hoover question, I was one of the first people, I believe I was the first person to publicly speak in support of keeping Hoover open. For reasons that speakers already have said. Doesn't make financial sense. The case for what is needed at City High hasn't been made. And believe me, I want people to understand that I'm not clinging to my elementary school for any kind of nostalgia. If there were an overriding concern that City High would fail without that footprint, I spent 5 years in Central America operating land clearing equipment. I'll bring it down myself. But it has not been made. So that being said, it only makes financial sense to keep it. We need the capacity. And I, at my core, have a root in community and neighborhood schools. Can anybody tell me what's on the Iowa quarter that was minted in 2004? Foundations in education, absolutely. It was a one-room schoolhouse. That's what our state chose as the symbol to represent our state. Not the tall corn state, not hogs, not agriculture, but foundations in education. And that's where I started. Education is a special enterprise that cannot be compared to Walmart or Walgreens. I can live with a certain amount of inefficiency that makes us unique. I don't think that Lincoln needs to be closed because it's too small, or Hill's closed because it's too far. And I don't think Hoover should be closed because it's too close, or other schools should be closed because they're too old. We have the money to renovate and modernize our schools, which was represented to the public in the RPS. And I think that the board, whoever is on the board, needs to live up to the representation of the RPS before the vote, and that it was for modernization of existing schools and renovations, and where needed, the purchasing of land and building of new ones. And I am interested in restoring trust to the district. I've been a watchdog of the district expenditures for the past 4 years. I've spoken on a lot of issues. I've had people when I ran 2 years ago that said, "Oh, you're a one-issue guy," and I'd say, "What's the one issue?" I've spoken on a bunch of issues. So career and technical education is also very important to me. We got to provide more than one pathway for our students, and we've got to redefine success that way. As many of the candidates already have said, that the money is going to be driving all of our decisions. We need to maximize dollars in the classroom. We're going to have to make tough choices, and we're going to have to make priorities. But most important core value, keep our communities intact. I think anywhere where you look where they destroyed inner city schools and built them on the outside, it's been a model for disaster. And I will do everything in my power to prevent that from happening here.